AI contact lenses that give you supervision prototype. Forget everything you thought you knew about human sight. The era of merely perceiving the world in a paltry 3 dimensions of visible light is about to end, not with a bang, but with a gentle, almost imperceptible placement of a polymer disc onto a human cornea. I've seen the future, and it is sticky, slightly unsettling, and utterly mind-bogglingly spectacular. Welcome to the world of AI contact lenses. A prototype so revolutionary it makes the smartphone look like a particularly clever rock. The first time I donned the lenses, a process requiring the steady hands of a bomb disposal expert and the emotional fortitude of someone putting a foreign object directly on their eyeball, the world did not instantly transform into a kaleidoscopic data stream. There was a brief, disorienting flicker, like a television switching channels, and then normalcy for about 3 seconds. Then a soft, translucent notification appeared in the upper right of my vision, as if painted on the air itself. Calibration complete. Hello, Dr. Alden. Try not to blink too much. My journey began with a simple walk to the coffee machine. As I passed a colleague, Mark, a faint, friendly green halo appeared around his head. Text scrolled beside him. Vitals, normal. Heart rate, 68 BPM. Stress level, low. Recent search history, how to fold a fitted sheet. I stifled a laugh, nearly sending the prototype skittering across the floor. This was the social context layer, a feature both incredibly useful and profoundly awkward. At a meeting, I could see who was genuinely engaged, a steady, attentive blue aura, and who was mentally composing their grocery list, a flickering, distracted yellow. It was like having a subtitled version of human interaction. But the true magic, the supervision, lay beyond social snooping. Stepping outside, I activated the architectural analysis mode. The cityscape warped. The brick facade of the old library beside our lab dissolved into a shimmering wireframe model, revealing the skeletal structure of its steel beams, the pulsating veins of its electrical wiring, and even the slow, crumbling decay of mortar in its north wall. I could see the building's history, its stresses, its very soul. It was like having X-ray vision, but with a PhD in structural engineering. The comedic potential, however, is a minefield. I attempted the polyglot function at a local deli. The man behind the counter said, "What'll it be, buddy?" In my vision, the words were instantly translated and subtitled in a dozen languages. Simultaneously, a cultural context box popped up. Buddy, a term of casual familiarity in this context. Non-derogatory. Do not attempt to reciprocate with comrade, unless in specific Eastern European establishments. I opened my mouth, and a confident, if slightly robotic, Russian translation of my order for a pastrami on rye was played back to me through a micro speaker only I could hear. The deli owner stared, blinked, and said, "You want the pastrami? Why you talk like Cold War spy?" The AI, in its infinite wisdom, had defaulted to the most statistically interesting language in its database, not the most practical. The capabilities are both thrilling and terrifying. The biometric scan can identify a common cold from 20 feet away by analyzing microscopic facial temperature fluctuations and subtle phlegm-related vocal harmonics. It told me my boss was developing a minor case of plantar fasciitis based entirely on his gait. I had to stop myself from offering him orthotic advice he never asked for. The temporal review function allows you to rewind your own visual memory by 3 seconds. Perfect for catching the name of someone you just forgot, or for re-experiencing the tragic moment your coffee cup tipped over in heartbreaking slow motion. Yet for all its godlike power, the prototype is hilariously, endearingly fallible. It is a supercomputer strapped to a watery, fragile orb. One afternoon, a particle of dust must have breached my tear film. My vision was suddenly flooded with catastrophic error messages. Warning, optical sensor anomaly detected, scrolled in frantic red text. Initiating diagnostic, ***, diagnostic inconclusive. Probable cause, apocalypse. For a full minute, it interpreted the dust speck as an incoming asteroid, complete with trajectory lines and a countdown to impact. I spent 60 seconds of my life believing the world was ending because I had a bit of dirt in my eye. This is the grand, comical paradox of the AI lens. It can deconstruct the universe into raw data, but it cannot handle the fundamental human experience of having a bit of grit under your eyelid. It can give you the knowledge of a master vintner by analyzing the legs of a wine in your glass, telling you the grape's terroir and the rainfall from the year it was bottled. But it can't tell you if your friend is genuinely laughing at your joke or just being polite. The data is there, micro-expressions, vocal stress analysis, but the meaning remains tantalizingly human. As I removed the lenses after the first week, the world felt silent, flat. It was like going from a symphony in full, vibrant color back to a single, monotonous note. I was once again a prisoner of my biological limitations, blind to the secret data streams of the world. I missed seeing the lie of the land in infrared, missed having a built-in chess master whispering moves in my ear, missed the sheer, unadulterated wonder of it all. The AI contact lens prototype isn't just a tool, it's a new sense. It is the most exciting, engaging, and interesting piece of technology one have ever encountered, a roller coaster of awe and absurdity. It promises a future where we are all superheroes, armed with knowledge and perception beyond measure. We just have to be willing to look a little foolish with red, irritated eyes as we learn to see the world for the first time for what it truly is. And maybe, just maybe, remember to use the correct language setting at the deli. If you found this video informative, please like and subscribe. It will really help this channel out. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more informative videos coming.